Hey guys, so while I'm in the house, yes, I had my scarf on. Don't come for me, okay? Don't come for me. But while I'm in the house, I figured I will show you guys how to make an easy, simple, natural soap for yourself, for your face. And if you want to use it for your body, you can use it for your body too. So we're gonna get into it. Okay, so first things first, what you are going to need is a soap mold. And I have a soap mold that holds 12 bars, and I'm going to do half and half. So I'm going to do a carrot turmeric soap, and I'm also going to do an activated charcoal soap. So now that we have that squared away, you're also going to need a cutting board and a soap cutting knife, or you can use a regular kitchen knife. Next, you're going to need some glycerin soap. I am going to use the Shea Butter glycerin soap, and you can get this from Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, Amazon. For you guys who may not have like the Hobby Lobby or the Michael's, that's another alternative, is to do the Amazon. The other thing that you are going to need is an emulsifying blender, or you may be able to use a food processor or a regular blender. So I have both pieces here for the emulsifying blender. And let me move this out the way so we can slide this on over here. Okay, so you're gonna need some activated charcoal. If you wanna do the activated charcoal soap, it's up to you. You're gonna need some turmeric powder, and I like this turmeric powder here, and it's by the Spice Hunter. It's not really too expensive. I think it was like $5 or $6. It might have been $5 or $6. Some witch hazel, and I am using the Thayer's witch hazel alcohol-free toner. And we have some lavender essential oil from GNC by Now. Those are the only things that you are going to need for this tutorial. Oh, and you're gonna need carrots. So my carrots are actually boiling right now, so that I can use the emulsifying blender to puree the carrots. And you are also going to need a strainer. So you had to go get that. So you're gonna need a strainer, and I like this strainer right here. This is my favorite. I want to say I got this from Target. So you put the carrots in here. Once you emulsify them with the emulsifying blender, and you strain out all that lovely carrot juice. So I'm gonna set that here on my handy dandy tray. So you're going to take your glycerin shea butter soap, and I did not like how this just broke. Not cool, not cool packaging. So I'd like to take and just go row by row, and just cutting it and cutting it. And this is a 1 pound set of shea butter glycerin soap. And I take these cubes and just put them together, cut them apart. Same thing with this row right here. And I'm going to use, oh, last thing that you need, I'm sorry. Boom, that's all you're gonna need, with some water in a pot, because we are going to throw these babies right in here so that they can melt. Now, if you don't wanna do the boil method, I understand. We could do the microwave method. So you don't have to do the double boiling if you don't want to invest that time and you want to just hurry up and get it over with. I'm not going to put all these cubes in here. I'm going to let these sit, and then as it melts down, I'll put the other cubes in there. So you're going to take this handy dandy Betty right here, and we are going to put it in a microwave. And you can do it because you don't really want to burn your soap. I like to do 30-second intervals, because the microwave cooks it so quickly. And that's why the boiling method is great, because it gives you time. So you're watching the stuff melt down, and you can catch it so that it doesn't burn out. The microwave, 30-second intervals, because if you have the microwave that spins, which most of us really should have that right about now, there are not too many microwaves that don't spin anymore. So if you have the microwave that spins on the inside, you really want to be careful because those melt a lot quicker. So I'm going to put this in the microwave and come back. Okay, so we're back. I have my emulsifying blender put together, and I have my carrots here with 8 ounces of the hot water, which it was boiled in. And I'm going to take this blender and I'm just going to blend these on out. I'm going to take my soap base here and I'm going to let this sit. I had to do 4 or 5 minutes, but I still have like a mini block in here, so I'm letting that kind of melt down. But while I am sitting here, I'm going to add a couple drops of, well, a couple shakes of the turmeric powder. I'm gonna take this spoon from here and we're gonna move it over here. And I'm just gonna stir this up, which I really should have probably did this last, but I figured I'll mix it in there because sometimes when I don't mix this with something and I just put the turmeric powder in at the end, it gets a little blotchy and I really don't like that unless I wanna go for like a spotted soap, and that's not what I'm trying to do. So either way, this is going to be a part of the soap. So I'm going to grab this here, the strainer, and I'm going to just pour. And I like doing this in the kitchen because what's going to happen is you got to dump periodically the residue. Or you can just have a trash can next to you, whichever works for you. So I like to just take my little spoon and just side to side, side to side. And just get all that yummy out of there. And so you just stir, stir, stir. Now, this is optional. I'm going to add some honey. And you just stir that on in there too. And this is the point where you would add your fragrance if you're going to add any fragrance. And I do. Okay guys, so we are back with the unmolding of the soaps that we made. Let's see what they look like. Okay guys, so as you can see, I have my carrot turmeric soaps stacked up right here. So these came out nice and lovely, and I just trimmed around the edges here to make sure that they don't look all scroungy, because when I poured the soap, it was like all over the place. So we're just going to lay these bars right here so that they can continue to harden and dry out. Now, to show you how to unmold, if you didn't already unmold your soaps, or if you didn't make the soap at all and you just want to see how I unmold the soaps, I pretty much just take and I just pop it up like this. Now, the reason for waiting, and I had a little bit of extra carrot left, so this is like a carrot charcoal type of soap going on here, and this one is the same way. But if you decided that you didn't want to wait the 4 hours, right, you were in a rush to get your soaps popping, well, guess what? If it's still soft, you cannot pop it out the mold. If it does not pop out how I showed you how mine pop out, like I got this little piece right here, and I'm gonna just use this to clean my makeup brushes. If it don't pop out like that, it's not ready. So do not force your soaps. Don't force it. Pun. Anywho, we're not gonna get into that.